Tonight, President Obama took his push for tighter gun controls a step further when he led a nationally televised town hall meeting. It follows by 2 days his emotional announcement of executive action that he says will reduce gun violence.
According to a spokesman for the White House, the goal of the Guns in America event was for the president to speak with both people who support his position on gun safety and with those who don't agree with some of his positions on the issue. The in-studio audience included Jordan Davis's mother. Jordan was a local teen shot and killed at a Gate gas station back in 2012 after an argument over loud music. Tonight, Channel 4's Francesca Amiker joining us live after sitting down to discuss the town hall meeting with Jordan's father, Ron Davis. Francesca.
Well, Tom and Joy, when Anderson Cooper was moderating this town hall meeting, he opened up with a very startling statistic. He said every year, 30,000 Americans lose their lives to gun violence. When I was sitting down and speaking with Ron Davis, he was questioning, had this reform been in place in 2012, would his son still be alive? Ron Davis's son, 17-year-old Jordan Davis, was shot and killed back in 2012 after a confrontation broke out at this Gate gas station. 47-year-old Michael Dunn fired multiple shots into an SUV full of teenagers following an argument over the music coming from the teen's vehicle. Jordan Davis was the only person shot and killed in the incident. In 2014, Dunn was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. At tonight's Guns in America town hall meeting, the president proposed tightening gun control laws by mandating that licensed dealers run background checks on buyers, hiring 230 new examiners to process those background checks more rapidly, better tracking of lost or stolen guns, and he's asking Congress for $500 million to go toward mental health care. Critics argue the proposal is not straightforward and the requirements leave too much wiggle room. Thursday night, we watched the town hall meeting with Ron Davis, Jordan Davis's father. He says he supports the president's plan.
You know, he's been expounding on the fact that we need to expand background checks for people who buy guns. Right. Would your son still be here if this reform was in place in 2012?
I think that he would still be here if there's so many people, Americans that are across the country that are like Michael Dunn. What you have to do, in addition to what President Obama is doing, is also change the mindset that people need to have guns because there are so many loopholes that other people are out there buying guns that shouldn't have guns. See, the people like Michael Dunn might figure that, you know, there's a lot of people with guns because there's a loophole. There's thugs with guns because they can get guns readily because of these loopholes. So if there were not these loopholes, maybe Michael Dunn didn't fear for his life. Maybe Michael Dunn wouldn't run around with a gun. Because if we tighten up the restrictions, maybe he'll understand that the people with the guns are gun owners that should have guns.
And coming up at 11 o'clock, we asked Ron, well, how would he tighten up these restrictions? Does he feel like this reform is specific enough? You may be shocked at his answer. That's coming up at 11. I'm live in the newsroom. Francesca Amiker, Channel 4, the local station.